G'day and welcome to the box seat. I'm Pete Anthonus. It's good to be here to preview 8 races from Belmont Park this Wednesday. A quick look at the forecast, and showers and 21 degrees is the predicted weather, so I'm expecting a soft 7 track, and the rail is out in the 18 metre position. Race 1 at Belmont jumps at 12.39. It's a Tab Touch Bet or Bet plate over 1,200 metres, and we'll have a look at the most recent start of Got a Motor.
Thunder God last. Into the home straight they swing. Got a Motor is the leader. Kicked a length and a half in front. Holy Ghost sticks on. In behind them, Power and Passion, which is gone. Snippy Miss. Followed further back comes a Time Interstate. Ming Jing. Got a Motor tackled by Holy Ghost and Snippy Miss right up on the inside to join them both. It's Snippy Miss. Got a Motor comes again. Snippy Miss, though, draws clear late in the race, and it's Snippy Miss who beats home Got a Motor. Third, Holy Ghost.
Hoping third time's a charm for Got a Motor. We've seen plenty of this horse here on the box seat over recent weeks, and the horse itself led over what was a pretty even speed there last start. It was just collared late by Snippy Miss on the heavy track. I'm expecting the horse from gate 11 should be able to put itself into a position that suits it. Paul Harvey's jumping on board, so if it begins well, he could probably take up the front running position once more. But if it doesn't, I'm sure he'll be happy to take cover back in the field, and the horse does have the ability to run good late sections. Second pick is a 7, which is Obstination. I thought it was a pretty good debut there. It was a little bit wide for part of that race, where it was just collared late by No Apology. The horse just seemed to be going through its gears late, and I think the step up to the 1,200 metres looks suitable for it. Third pick is a First Starter and Come Right Back. It's trialled particularly well on a couple of occasions, and the most recent of those, it jumped well from a wide position, was restrained back to last, and was just going well late, coming around the corner in a wide position. And then fourth pick is the 10, which is Miss What's It, which gets the blinkers on here. It's another horse that's just been trialling pretty well consistently over the last couple of times, and I suspect from the gate in 10 will be able to find its position back in the field and use that momentum coming into the race late. On top in race 1 is the one Got a Motor from 7 Obstination, 2 Come Right Back, and 10 Miss What's It. Race 2 at Belmont jumps at 1.14. It's the free entry to Belmont Park Maiden over 1,400 metres. And we'll have a look at that first start performance of Ladies of London.
Followed then by Smoking Barrel, who's eased off the rails in front of Trade Off, and towards the outside Advocator, but still a long way from these leaders. Down by the 250, Frisky Gal, Midnight Hour are together. Ladies of London getting a split between them. Here's Advocator coming right down the outside with a big run. Advocator stormed up now. It grabbed the lead, Advocator from Ladies of London, and Advocator from last to first.
It was a nice debut by Ladies of London there at Pinjarra. It was just collared late by Advocator, who had a lap full of momentum coming around into the straight and obviously was crying out for a first win. But Ladies of London put itself into the race, settled in the box seat, just picked the gap there late, and I thought that was pretty nice just going towards the line. It was only collared late, and from gate 9 in this race, I think it should be able to settle in the first couple of runners once again. Second pick is a 10, which is Sit Down, Be Humble, another horse that's coming from Pinjarra. This one settled 4 back the fence and was shuffled back to last. It had no real momentum on the rails, but it still managed to record some good late sections. So I think from gate 5, it should be able to improve here. Third pick is a 5, which is Ensign Pulver. It's a horse that does have the ability to cope really nicely with big tempo events, and it's coming into this race 112 days without a trial. It did record a good figure first up last preparation, albeit over a shorter distance. And then fourth pick is a 14, Delta Bell, who was away okay, but just got into an awful position there at Pinjarra. There was no momentum whatsoever. It was way too far back in the run and just floated to the line late. I think you can forgive that and should get into a better spot in this event. On top in race 2 is the 12 Ladies of London from 10 Sit Down, Be Humble, 5 Ensign Pulver, and 14 Delta Bell. Race 3 at Belmont jumps at 1.49. It's the Perth Racing Club membership handicap over 1,200 metres, and we'll have a look at the most recent performance of Okina Kuri.
Curry going up to join it, then Depara down towards the rail, and further back is Blankenberge, but Classy Lassie kicks clear for Geordie Turner. Down to the 250, and Classy Lassie kicked away 2.5 lengths in front of Ascot Gold. Wild on Brook, Okina Kuri. Sound check further back, but Classy Lassie still has an unassailable lead over the final stages, and she's too good again for them first up. Classy Lassie beat Ascot Gold.
Okina Kuri's returned in really good order this preparation, and that most recent start, it wasn't suited sitting 3 wide without cover on what was a pretty genuine speed set there by Classy Lassie, who's obviously a horse with a fair amount of ability. Okina Curry just seemed to be going well late there on the line, but it does come into this race with the highest or the best last start figure, and from gate 13, if it gets any cover, I think they'll be far more suitable for the horse. Second pick is the 2, which is Stormy Ruler. It's trialled twice so far this preparation. In the most recent of those, it just strolled out in front. Seems to just need the little bit of fitness there late, but I think it should be able to find itself in a good position from gate 6, and Chris Parnham is sticking with the horse, which is a good sign. Third pick is the 7, Champagne Gal. It was a really big run there first up on a heavy track. The horse got back towards last. It was restrained a little bit early, but it was never really clear until the 100, but it still recorded some really nice late sections in that race. And then fourth pick is 9, Heron Sand, who I think was better last start there in a little bit of soft ground. It was wide on the turn, had a little bit of a bump there going in towards the straight, but it still made a good sustained run towards the line. On top in race 3 is the 1, Okina Curry, from 2, Stormy Ruler, 7, Champagne Gal, and 9, Heron Sand. Race 4 at Belmont jumps at 2:24. It's the Pink Ladies Luncheon, Saturday 6th of July handicap, over 1,000 metres. And we'll have a look at the most recent performance of Classy Lassie.
Okina Curry going up to join it, then Depara down towards the rail, and further back is Blankenberge, but Classy Lassie kicks clear for Geordie Turner. Down to the 250, and Classy Lassie kicked away 2.5 lengths in front of Ascot Gold. Wild on Brook, Okina Curry. Sound check further back, but Classy Lassie still has an unassailable lead over the final stages, and she's too good again for them first up. Classy Lassie beat Ascot Gold.
Classy Lassie returned with a bang, a huge personal best for the horse. It just basically lived up to the ability that we suspected the horse had there last preparation. It led on a just above even tempo, but it really kicked strong in the final stages of that race and recorded a huge overall figure for it. That was on a heavy track as well, so if there is any rain about, I'm not sure there will be any concern at all. It's drawn perfectly in gate 2, and Geordie Turner, I'm sure he'll just try and do exactly the same thing as he did last start. It goes on top for me from the 2, Missing Pro, who was heavily backed late there from around $20 odd into $10 late. It led on what was a pretty strong tempo. It was certainly the hardest tempo the horse has faced so far, and it wasn't disgraced at all. It was only collared late by Summersdat, and that looks like a really nice race going forward. Third pick is a 3, False Statement. It jumped well from a wide position, but it couldn't find cover at all and sat 3 wide without cover around the midfield position. It came widest into the straight, but still recorded some good late sections, so I think we can follow the horse going into an easier start maybe next time. And then fourth pick is the 1, Nocelli, who, if it's at its best, will be figuring here. It was a little bit disappointing there last start, but first up was certainly a good performance. It just got a bit too far back there on the heavy surface last start, so it just needs to find its way into the race with a bit more momentum. On top in race 4 is 5, Classy Lassie, from 2, Missing Pro, 3, False Statement, and 1, Nocelli.